So these are all general things that you could do that will help your truck at the end of the day. You know, for me, this is what I personally do. And most people tend to think that when you have a pickup truck, or if you have a truck in general, you're gonna burn a lot of gas, and it's just how they think. But mostly it really comes down to the fact of weight and pretty much power. Pretty much when it's like those are the two big things that really determine like your gas that you're gonna be burning and stuff like that on your truck. So I'm just gonna be sharing with you guys what I personally do. This might be different from a diesel truck. I mean, it is a lot different from a diesel truck. You know, diesel, it's a lot different. It's a different ball game. But strictly talking about gas trucks, and what I do for my 2014 Dodge Ram, also that helped me save on gas, being knowing that this is like my daily driver. I drive this truck everywhere I go. Sometimes I drive like an hour. Sometimes I drive less than that. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys right now exactly what I do. So obviously when it comes down to it, the first thing I feel like this is what I think. And I mean, it's pretty much like a general common sense thing too. I feel like the bigger your tires, the heavier your tires are gonna be. So for me, obviously I just upgraded my tires on here. I have the Nitos, I believe. These are just street performance tire all year round. It's nothing crazy. It don't have any kind of offset. So it's pretty much the same as stock tires, like the stock tires I had on here, just a way better brand. And I feel like my tires definitely does play a huge factor in that, because number one, when I did switch over to my tires I had on before, I only switched over because I needed new tires, obviously. But my old tires I had on there, they was close to being bald, and my miles MPG at that time was about 12.2, which is low. I get that, it's pretty low. For me, I think it's pretty low. And once I upgraded to like a better size tire, I started seeing a little bit more better. I started averaging about 16, 17. You know, 16, 17 is not really that bad. At least that's what I think. So your tires, for me, tire selection is definitely a huge key, because the weight of your tires definitely could make your car overwork pretty much. If you go with some real big tires, definitely going to be, you're going to have to press on that gas a little bit more. It's going to overwork your car. And it's like, it's not like a gas truck is not like diesel trucks. You know, diesel trucks is meant to really be able to pull stuff. So you got to understand, like, it's a completely different ball game. So number one, I'll say for me is my tires. Number two, I'll say what my next thing that I do that definitely helps is, I'll probably say I don't like, the reason why I feel like I see a lot of good gas, my gas mileage is at a good point, is because weight reduction for me. I don't tow anything in this bed. I don't tow nothing heavy with this truck. I work, but I don't do one of them work where it's required for me to drive my truck and haul stuff with it. I don't do none of that. It's like, like I said before, when it comes down to gas, you get a better gas mileage. It all depends on your weight and pretty much your I forgot what I was gonna say. All depends. The weight is a huge factor. Just know that the weight is a huge factor. So if you're gonna have more weight, you're gonna be burning a lot more gas. For me, that's what I actually like. That's why I feel like I see a lot of good gas mileage on my truck, because even though I'm driving a lot with it, I don't burn as much. And the cost to fill up for this truck right now is like $75, which is not that bad, at least to me. So my second thing was weight reduction. My third thing I would say is something like this is something that I feel like it's kind of like not necessary, but it is in some ways, because it does help your car to breathe a lot better. Pretty much, I'll say your air filter and stuff like that too, you got to look at. Those are another things too that have some kind of, you know, factor in you getting better gas mileage. If you have real bad air filter, it's definitely gonna have a huge it's gonna have some kind of impact on your gas mileage and stuff. going to have some kind of impact on it. So you definitely want to make sure when you do like inspection, you do like oil change, whatever this and that, make sure you just put in some clean, fresh air filter and stuff on your truck. It's going to be able to help you. My last but not least, this is one thing people tend to forget about when they own vehicles. I myself, I could definitely say I'm one of them, because this is another huge factor. When you are driving your truck, you know, you got to obey the speed limit, but some people don't, you know. So if you're going to be constantly flooring, like I'm talking, when I mean flooring, I'm talking about pressing down on your gas pedal constantly, then you're going to be burning a lot more gas. Like, you're going to burn a lot of gas. Every time you hit that, press down on that gas pedal, all aggressive and stuff like that, and you hitting like 50 to 60, you're gonna burn gas. You're definitely gonna burn gas for sure. So when you do it, I'm not saying you can't do it, because I myself, I have, I gotta relieve stress every now and then. So especially too if you have a car that sounds good. So obviously do it, but do it in a way where it's not something you should do often. Like, if you want to see good gas mileage, it's definitely not something that you want to do often. So these are just some of the tips that I personally do. I'm not recommending you doing it. Like I said, I know my truck, so this is something I do myself that helps me. Right now I'm seeing about at least 19 right now on miles per gallon, which is not that bad. And I really don't fill up that much. Believe it or not, for how much I drive, I really don't fill up that much. And another thing too, I'm gonna tell you guys, if you're gonna drive a lot, you're gonna burn some gas, but it all depends too. It all depends on your car and what's pretty much done to it. Because sometimes if you don't have certain things to play a factor in, for example, let's say if you have your vehicle scrape pipe, you're gonna see you definitely gonna burn a lot more gas too, just for the fact that you have a scrape pipe vehicle and stuff. Gonna burn some gas. But these are some of the tips that I personally do, and that helps me save on gas, and I don't have to keep constantly filling up. So right now my tank is at close to a half. So hopefully this helps. Definitely, I need you guys to, if you watch this channel your second time, third time, hit the subscribe button. It's going to help me a long way. And stick around. I got a lot of things this year planned for this truck, so you most definitely want to stick around. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.